try to do is to develop a robust algorithm to quantify connection stress between nodes in the networks, ensure that algorithm accounts for different types of relations and connection vectors, optimize for both accuracy and computational efficiencies, creating a scoring system that can be easily integrated by fraud analysts, and design algorithms to integrate with the existing anti-fraud system. So we have been experimenting with the sharp adders. So for sharp adders, we got a list of identified sharps from our clients, and we are trying to see if there's any other users that link to those can be a potential sharps or a second account for them, or even they are active in another operators. So to do that, we're kind of focused on the one hop, the direct connections right now, before we're expanding to multi-hops. The hypothesis right now, we have the primary hypothesis saying that non-sharp adders operate multiple accounts that share common connections points. Right now, we're focusing on IPs, device, and locations, and these relationships can be quantified through a normalized connection stress score that identifies previous undetected accounts. The second hypothesis we have is that sharp adders exhibit distinctive connection patterns, and different connection types have varying predicting powers in identifying sharp adders networks. So this means that if the location is more like a public places, like an airport or restaurants, if we see two users connected through locations, we might have a lower connection strength compared to people who are sharing a residential place. Same with IPs, that if we see that the IPs, sharing IPs is a like static IPs that has only like a certain limited number of users, we're gonna say that those two users have a higher similarity than those who share mobile IPs, which connect 1,000 users together. Device, we're trying to differentiate between the personal device versus desktop, which can be utilized by multiple people. But Android, iOS device usually be like a private devices, so it will have a more predictive powers. Just in terms of how it works. So first,
Hey James.
yes.
Hey, I think the hypothesis is I don't see it's very different from from any type of fraud. I mean, like, how is it specific for sharp adders?
Oh, we're trying to see that this is like how to link two users together. We're trying to see like those two users are the same one. We're just using the sharp adders to try to justify the scoring system. So, for example, like we've seen like two users connected through multiple devices, or the user connecting through IP devices or locations, but one of each. Like which one will give us more confidence saying that if one is sharp adders, then another one is another sharp adder. So we're trying to identify this part.
What I mean is, like any type of fraud, it seems to have the same hypothesis that you mentioned here, right? They should share some common connection for account creation, and then they like link to unknown fraud account. The question is, like how is it gonna be like specific for sharp adders?
Well, I mean, for this one, we're trying to see like the score will just give us a sense of like how strong the two connection is. But because right now we have some ground truth label from sharp adders, we're trying to see if there's any metrics can add on top of the stress metrics will contribute us to detect sharp adders to be more successful.
10 seconds remaining.
Really quick. So, for example, like.
Sorry, just for a second. This is not about sharp adders. It's about how to use them. And Jay just download some of the
Prepare for battle.
We also added adversary models, means that more types of them use stronger functions.
She's a long road.
How to explain this is that if I have multiple connections I'm trying to differentiate between a one-device connection, three devices.
30 seconds to battle.
Watch them flee.